Morning YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today's Saturday. I say morning because it is morning here, the 15th of April. So, bit of an update for the week. The only bad thing is there's a change of plan for my normal Saturday fitness and health checks. So like I said last video, I wanted to do weight and body fat on Saturdays. For my body fat machine, my body stat machine, you need 4 electrode stickers, 2 for the hand and 2 for the feet. I ran out. So last weekend I knew I only had 6 left, so I used 4, had 2 spare. And then this week I didn't order them, obviously not in time. They haven't arrived yet, so they might arrive today. I'm not sure what time post comes on a Saturday. I don't think they'll arrive tomorrow. You don't normally get a post on a Sunday from the mail in our country, so it might be Monday by the time I get them. So I can't do it on a Saturday, which means this is why I should be planning and preparing. If I was strict on my diet, I wouldn't know how many calories to have tomorrow and for the rest of the week. By the time they arrive on Monday or Tuesday, do the body fat test and work out the calories. There's the next day's diet. That's pretty much half the week gone. So luckily I'm not on a strict diet, I don't care that much. But it means I can't do a body fat test this morning. It's now 10:10, so it's getting on in the day. And this morning, first thing in the morning, normally when I wake up I have a coffee, but I thought in the post these stickers might come. You're not supposed to have coffee or caffeine or alcohol like 12 hours before the test, so I didn't really want to have a caffeine drink if I might have done the test later on. And then I also didn't have any breakfast because you're not supposed to eat a heavy meal a few hours before the test, and I haven't really had much water. Then I don't think the post is coming today, so I've decided I need to do something. I can't wait any longer because you can't really exercise before the test either because you just sweated maybe a litre of water at your body, so your hydration levels will be different, which will give you a false reading. So I'm going to have to just get on the day and forget about the test. Good news is though, let's look at last week. Last Saturday's body weight I think was 178.4 on the test day. A few days before that it was a bit lighter. A few days this week has dipped down, I think 177 something. This morning, well, I had to stay away last night with my job, so when I woke up this morning I used the weighing scales out, which isn't my best scales. I've got 2 scales. It's my older one, and I was 178.8 I think, which is a tiny bit heavier than last week, so not good. And then I got home, so like an hour later, whatever it was, did the test again, weighed myself again on my home scales in the same place as I always do it, out the toilet and naked and stuff. Like I spoke before, it's got to be the same time, same place, same, keep it the same. So 178.6. So 0.2 heavier than last week's test on the test day, but I've seen 177. It goes up and down. No need to worry about that. Either the last video or video didn't make. I said I was going to do a plan of my weight loss. So put it onto an Excel sheet, have a graph of where you should be at certain times, give you something to aim for. It's all rough guess, everything's rough guess, but I did do that last week. I made a graph, something didn't seem right, I double checked it, and I was right to double check it because my maths was wrong. I worked out the percentages wrong, and so I redid it on Excel sheet. I've done my predicted weight loss. So prediction of what's possible and what I want to do and stuff. I think I've aimed for, it's not exactly, but I can't remember what it was, £0.5 pound a week. So every Saturday, £0.5 pound off the total body weight. So last week and this week I'm on target, bang on, from what I was last week. It's good. I'm assuming my lean weight stays the same, but I actually did one weight training session the other day. Tuesday I did go to the gym. I have been aching a bit for a couple of days, so I want to start getting into that again. Some lean weight I want to get up. Oh, hang on a minute, it's going to be hard. 1 minute harder cycle. Yeah, so I want to change the lean weight, but because I'm not into weight training at the minute, I'm just going to assume that the lean weight stays about the same, about 160, 162 pounds. I just want to reduce the body fat, maybe £0.5 pound a week. Like I said, I haven't got a lot of fat to lose, so some people might say, oh, I can lose 3 pounds in a week. Well, when you get down to 10% body fat, you haven't got a lot to lose. So my goal is to be a certain weight or percentage by end of August. So what I've done is, instead of just saying I want to be 168 pounds like I did want to be, I'm not sure that's possible or not. What I've done is, instead, if my lean body weight is 160 pounds, that's your muscle, your bone, and everything you can't lose. So that stays 160, and then if I burn as much fat as possible with diet and training, and I go down to the very minimum of like 6% body fat, so 6% on top of the 160 gives me something like 170-ish. I'll be happy there. I'm not going to push down to 168. It might not be possible, depending on what my lean weight is. So my short term goal is just to get down to like 175. If I can get to about 175 in a couple of weeks, without struggling and dying and losing strength and fitness and stuff, that'd be okay. Then I'll reassess and see what my lean weight is like, if I can push down to 160, 80 or not, don't know. Other good news on the channel is the VO2 max. Obviously, just a guess, it's not in a laboratory setting. On my running, it just says 51 all the time. I'm not sure if I'm training too hard, because my heart rate when I'm running is like 80 or 90 or 100% heart rate. Maybe you need to train more at like 60 to 70% to increase the VO2 max. Maybe I'm overtraining, or maybe the body weight's not going down enough. But whatever way Garmin works it out, I'm not doing enough to make the running VO2 max change. So my cycling VO2 max, a couple of years ago, it was about 55 or 56, because I lost weight down to 172, and I was doing a lot of cycling, like 2 or 3 hours a day on turbo trainer. And my heart rate on the turbo average is like 140, but when I'm running it's like 160. So maybe I'm working at the right heart rate zone on the turbo trainer for a longer period of time, which improves your VO2 max. But running, I struggle to go more than an hour at whatever pace, whatever. So, but I haven't done a lot of turbo training sessions for the last couple of months because I've been running. So my VO2 max, because of my body weight, was again about 51 on the bike as well. I only did 1 or 2 training sessions on the bike, and it put my VO2 max up to 52. So even after just a couple of easy sessions, went to 52. A few more sessions went to 53, and then it went to 54 the other day. So something's good on the bike with the breathing and the heart and the training sessions. Garmin thinks my VO2 max for cycling is better than for running, and obviously that'll improve the more weight I lose, because VO2 max is based off oxygen and weight. So only thing I'm confused about, well, not confused, a little bit, is if I look at my watch, it says VO2 max running 51, cycling 54, and it says underneath it average, excellent, super, superior. 54 and up is superior. On the watch it says excellent, and on the phone screen it says superior. 54 and up is superior. Maybe then I'm at just like 53.9 is rounded it to 54, but it says slightly different results. Resting heart rate is still down to something like averaging 40, 39. I take it over a 7-day period, so it's 40. From midnight last night, when it resets to 8 this morning, it said 37. The lowest it was 36, so all's good. My training intent, I'm looking at it at the moment. I don't really care about hours, because you could easily go for a slow walk and just say it's 3-hour exercise, but it's not doing a lot. You could sit down and rest for an hour of it. I'm not really looking at distance either, because also you can go long and really slow. I'm not looking at speed. What I've been looking at for the last couple of weeks is on the Garmin, it's intensity minutes. So if you do 60 minutes below a certain heart rate, it just counted as easy. So 60 minutes is just 60 minutes. And if you do something more, pushes your heart rate a bit higher, I'm not sure what the line is, but at about 140 or something, for every minute you do over that, it doubles it, because it's more harder. I'm not sure what word it says on the watch, but so if you do a fast run for 60 minutes, no, a fast run for 30 minutes counts as 60 minutes intensity minutes. Or so you can pick and choose. The 30-minute fast or 60 minute slow works out the same. So what I'm trying to do is each week do a bit more, either further or faster and further, and trying to beat last week's intensity minutes. So over time you're progressively doing a bit more, not too much, don't jump too crazy, bit more, And I'm aware that because of my working shift pattern, there's some days where I can't do exercise, but I don't work Monday to Friday. I work a couple of days off, couple of days. So I don't work off a 7-day week. And I can't change that on the app thing. So sometimes it looks like I've had a bad training week because I've had 3 days off where I haven't been able to exercise. And sometimes it looks like I've had a really good training week because Monday to Saturday I trained 10 or 12 hours, including walking and stuff. So I just know that if I check my heart rate, my steps, my calories, my intensity minutes, as long as they all look like I'm gradually improving. Obviously VO2 max is going up slowly, weight's coming down slowly, stress level isn't high. It's a thing called HRV. It's basically how your heart is when you're sleeping. That's good. The stress levels are good. It's called a body battery, where your Garmin works out how much exercise and rest you've had, and that's okay. And there's a little graph on Strava where it shows, I don't know exactly how it works it out, but if you do an hour of exercise, it adds on a point. So the minute I'm on 50 points, so in 5 days time you could be 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, but then if you have a day off, it drops like 2 days. So you could be back down to 48, next day's 46. So after 3 days off, that graph looks like you're worse off than what you were to start with. But that's going up as well. The only bad thing about that is, because running is a lot harder than cycling, a 1 hour run will put me up about 2 points, but a 2 hour turbo training session only puts me up about 1 or something. So if I do a week's worth of cycling on turbo trainer, it's very gradual, and then have a day off, it goes down. Really I need to be going up more than down. A couple of years ago, I can only go back on this graph 2 years. It says 2 years ago I was like 100 or 200. Two reasons I think that could be is, one, I was training quite a lot. 2 years ago it was COVID, so I didn't really go anywhere, but I did a lot of turbo training sessions, regular. I think I was doing 2 hours a day. Even used to take my bike to work with me and do a 2 hour training session every single day. Outdoors a couple of times, I was drifting, racing. So maybe I was training a bit harder. But I think a couple of years ago, I was making a mistake. I was recording my watch, exercising my watch on Garmin, pressing stop and recording that. And I was recording it on Strava, on Zwift, pressing stop, recording that. And then on Strava then I think, and Garmin, for a couple of years I've been saving it as 2 activities. But it's not, it's 1. So if I did 20 miles, I think I'd recorded it as 40. That might be why it thinks I was fit as hell, because I was doing 40 miles in an hour. If I was doing 20 miles an hour, it could have been that. Anyway, I'm getting quite hot now. I might need to drink and turn my fan on. So that's today's vlogger. Coming up to 20 minutes. I'll stop it there. A bit shorter than the usual. Need to get the fan on, get this training session done. I bet you when I finish, the post will be in here with them stickers. Then I can't do a fat test until I've rested. So, see you soon, stay tuned, subscribe, like and share. Bye for now.